We don't start off. Our employees come in and we get going around 10, 11 o'clock because we're working late at night. And this is a habit we've picked up because I get a lot more done at night, you know, when people aren't calling and stuff. Because when people call and they want to talk to me, then I got to lose my focus and then I have to deal with their problems. Yeah. So that's why we're a little strange, but we keep pretty good hours here and we're pretty consistent. And like I say, we've been in business for 35 years almost. June is 35 years. And we've had very few people send anything back. We've had probably less than 0.01%, even lower than that, of returned items that people didn't get results. We've used that Star Orb for haunted houses and all kinds of things yeah, I took those to Japan and they bought the heck out of them. I told them in Japan, I said, put this up in your room where your engineers are and they'll be more creative. And sure enough, Kawasaki bought the first ones and they bought hundreds of them just on that statement alone. Because people, when you create an environment where you're not being disturbed by subtle negative forces, then your creativity goes through the loop. And in Japan at the time, they were leading the world before China in productivity, and it was important to them. So we were able to help out there.
Well, that's great. Thanks for your time, Dr. Bell.
Well, thanks for calling in, and I'm glad you finally called in and listened to the show. And it's holidays. We're not real. You know, we're serious, but we'll take time off a lot. But starting around the first of the year, we get pretty heavy with these shows. I mean, we're more kicked back now, but we're still right on what's going on. You know, we don't miss much. Steve Barish might, but I don't.
I can tell.
Yeah, Steve, are you missing anything?
I just wanted to thank him for buying the Star Orb. I think that'll be really, really great for him.
Yeah. Is that another caller?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, am I on here?
Yo, Peter Coolidge, huh?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How's it going, man?
Hey, good. You know, I got a couple comments to the last fellow. He needs to get that nuclear receptor. It'll raise all his chakras. It'll increase everything and give him a good defense model. And also get him nice and positive and high and, you know, defensively, offensively, everything. That's a fantastic device. And of course, you know, the Star Orb, well, you know, the first thing I did when I got mine is I put a negative generator on it. And you walk in the room and, wow, it's like walking, and it can be dark and it's like walking into a sunny room. You know, it's just quite appealing. So, you know, he should do well.
Yeah, Peter, explain. Yeah, explain to everybody, because you've been a guest on our show several times, and there's pictures of you in our archive. Explain about your company and what you do, because we do sell your products. We're very successful with them. Explain to everybody, because we got a lot of new listeners out there. What do you do anyway?
Well, you know, we've got Biomag Science, which, you know, Steve, you were talking about, you were trying to get some kidneys going over there. Yes. You know, what we've done in Biomag Science, and I want to relate this to a case, is that, you know, we've studied, you know, polarity medicine and physiology, and you know this, Fred, but for all those who don't, every body has a set of rules in it. You know, the way the energy runs, the way the nerves run, and so what we've done is study that in such a manner so that we negative energy into his pancreas and spleen, into his kidney, in both kidneys and his liver, and then in the back of his head, so that it would go into the brain. And you know what? He woke up and started to heal about 3 days later. So that's what we do. Besides, you know, or let's say teaching the proper placement for carpal tunnel. For example, you know, if you have carpal tunnel in your right wrist, it goes on the posterior dorsal side, which is, you know, opposite the palm. On the left wrist, it goes on the palm side, and you know, we just have more and more miracle-like stories on our site, biomagscience.net. But the thing is, they're not miracles at all. It's just the proper applications of using the electromotive energy of magnetism to stimulate the energy in the body in the correct formation, the correct manner of travel. And that's about the size of it in biomag science.
Yes.
So, you know, Steve, if I see you with that kidney thing, let me know. You know, I'd be happy to get a wellness kit over there, and you know, hopefully, well, you know, look, we've gotten a number of people off of dialysis, so that therapy is fantastic. But Fred,
Yeah.
I have to tell you, we've got the new home fuel system. You know, I've used the super magnets. I've redesigned the whole system. You know, I brought that technology out years ago.
I remember that, because I had it on my race cars for a while, yeah.
But I've got the new technology. I've got the new high-powered system, and for natural gas, propane, and fuel oil.
Wow.
I gotta tell you, I have people reporting 34, 41% savings. I mean, these new super magnets are doing, they're giving amazing results.
Well, I understand, yeah. Yeah, so, see,
Giving them, and so we're offering them at an introductory price right now at SaveHeatingCost.com.
I like that.
And,
SaveHeatingCosts.com. So how do you hook them up to a butane?
HeatingCost.com, yes.
So how do you hook them up to a heater? You know, like a space heater or
Well,
something?
you know, you put them on the pipe.
Really?
On the pipe before the heater. I mean, it takes about almost 2 minutes to do it.
Yeah, well, here's the deal out here. We you know, where we're at now, we have about a 6,000 square foot area that we have to heat. Now, we're well insulated. Our walls are, you know, a couple of feet thick, but because the house is well built. But the problem, we have 2 different independent heating systems, one for each end of the building, right? That we got the business part where we do our work, and then the living quarters, the other end down there. So we have, I guess, propane is that those big tanks that they come out. So I know I can access the heater. So what you're telling me is I can put, you know, our bill in the summertime here is like $150, $60 because we just run, you know, hot water heaters, 2 of them for 6 bathrooms, right? But in the wintertime, when we start cranking up the heater in here, and we don't run it a lot, our gas bill goes to about $600 a month. That's $400 more than I want to spend. So you're telling me I can hook these up to the intake where the gas line comes in, and how much can I save?
Well, you know, the old technology saved about 15 to 20%. The new technology, I'm getting reports of 34 to 40%.
Wow.
I'm kind of flabbergasted, you know, because I didn't think we could energize the hydrogen so much, but apparently it can. And so I'm figuring, I just figured plus 30%, and people are telling me more, so hey, that's fantastic. That'd be a lot of money for you, huh?
That'd be not only for here, but a lot of my neighbors too, you know. Because we have a service, a guy comes around in his propane truck once a month, and we have a, I don't know, several thousand-gallon tank sitting on the hillside out there, and he brings the truck up to it and hooks it up, and away we go, you know. And then my Laguna Beach house is the same thing, although it's city powered. It's still that place over there runs $300 a month it's naturally not as cold there because it's by the ocean, but we could cut, and then in the summertime it goes down to like $50–$60. So $50–$60 a summer to $300 in the winter. That's a big area we need to look at too. How much do these things sell for anyway?
Well, I've got an introductory special going on for $39.99. Ordinarily, you know,